You're watching the Horizon League on ESPN Plus from historic Regents Hall in Highland Heights, Kentucky. It's the 2024 NKU Volleyball Invitational. The first matchup today, South Dakota taking on number 4 Louisville. Pleasant good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Regents Hall. I'm Matt Sexton. Well, these 4 teams met a season ago in Missouri. It was Louisville picking up 3 sweeps over the weekend to claim the Mizzou Invitational. They reconvene this year here in Highland Heights. It's a Louisville squad ranked number 4 in the country, but stinging a bit, coming off a straight sets loss to Penn State the other night. Meanwhile, they'll take on South Dakota, who picked up a pair of wins on the opening weekend. Let's take a look at the schedule for this weekend's NKU Volleyball Invitational, presented by Central Bank, the official banking partner of NKU Athletics. Coming up tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern, it'll be Missouri and Northern Kentucky. Play begins tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern with Louisville and Missouri, and we'll wrap up 11 a.m. Sunday with South Dakota taking on the Tigers. Leading the way for South Dakota this season is Kylan Seelock, the returning first-team All-Summit League player. Seelock led the Coyotes in kills on the opening weekend with 34, including a 3-set best 21 in the win over Fordham. Who else for Louisville but the reigning ACC Co-Player of the Year, Anna DeBeer. DeBeer led the Cardinals in kills last season with 392. She also had a .950 receiving percentage. She had 21 kills so far this season, tied for 3rd on the Cardinals. Lineups being introduced right now here at Regents Hall. We're just getting ready to get started today. For South Dakota, Leanne Williamson in her 11th season, 212 wins. Holding the record for the most wins by a South Dakota head coach, a 700 winning percentage in her time at South Dakota. For Louisville, Danny Busboom-Kelly, 8th season, 175 and 39. 3 straight ACC Coach of the Year awards in 2020, 2021, and 2022. Had an outstanding career at Nebraska, where when she graduated there, 2nd in digs at 1,281, 3rd in assists at almost 3,000. Won a national title with the Cornhuskers in 2006, in addition to 2 finals appearances. Take a look at the series history between these 2 teams. We mentioned all 4 of the teams playing in this event met last season in Columbia, and of course that was the last meeting between these 2 teams, and it was Louisville winning in straight sets. They lead the all-time series 3-0. Again, Louisville swept all 3 of their matches that weekend. And again, expectations are high in Louisville for a lot of reasons this year. Obviously, off to an outstanding start. They opened the season with a 3-1 win over number 3 Wisconsin, and then followed it up with a sweep of number 15 Tennessee before falling at Penn State on the 3rd. And of course, the other thing that has to be in the back of the minds of this is Louisville squad is the fact that this season will end at the Yum Center. That is where the national champion will be crowned, in Louisville. So you know this squad has a little extra motivation, would love to get a chance to play for a national championship on their own home floor. Just about ready to get started. The first of 6 matches this weekend. We'll have all 6 of them for you here on ESPN Plus. The host Norse will be in the 2nd match each of those 3 days. 2nd match today will start at 6 p.m. Eastern. That's 5 Central Time today. Dan Litterow up on the stand as our referee 1 for this opening match. Isaac Long down the floor, Keith Cooley, Denise Stockstill. The line judges, Jamie Toon, handling everything at the scorer's table. A couple of major rules changes this year. There were quite a few rules changes, but the 2 that you'll probably notice the most, and I won't see it here at least in this first set, as both teams only declared 1 libero, but you have the option this year to declare 0, 1, or even 2 liberos. They cannot be on the floor at the same time, but you will, at some point this season, probably see a team use 2 liberos, and of course those are declared set by set. A little different than the USA Volleyball rules, where you have to declare them for the entire match. So you could see that change as the match goes on. The other one's a double contact rule. We'll talk about that as we go, but we are ready to get started. Our first home volleyball broadcast of the 2024 season. It's Avery Van Hook. We'll get things started for the Coyotes. Dressed in white. And the first serve sails long. So Louisville has the opening point of the match. And it will be Anna DeBeer, our Star Watch player for the Cardinals, who will get things started. DeBeer digging that one out. And able to spin it down the line is Charity Looper. And just like that, a 2-0 lead for the Cardinals. And a service ace for DeBeer. And a 3-0 advantage. Second team All-American a season ago. First team All-ACC, obviously, with being ACC Co-Player of the Year. Louisville, Kentucky native, playing in her hometown and certainly playing well. And another one. Serving well. Right now, South Dakota doesn't have an answer for DeBeer. A 4-0 start for the number 4 team in the country. And a block. Looks like Reese Robbins got that one off the swing from Kylan Seelock. And it's a dream start for the Cardinals, a 5-0 lead. That one won't climb its way over, and the run ends with a service error for substitutions. We take a look. There are the officials for match number 1, as you're seeing Isaac Wong on the floor as Samantha Laird comes in for South Dakota. And you see the back of the head of Dan Littoral, who's up on the stand. Seelock to serve, and Seelock able to get the service ace. Second point. There you see the volleyball rules scrolling across the bottom. 3 out of 5 sets, rally scoring. Been that way for a while now. 25 points the destination for the first 4 sets. If it goes to a 5th, it will only go to 15, as that one is put away again by Looper. A 6-2 lead for Louisville. Pegran Kong came back in on that replacement. It'll be the libero, Elena Scott, to serve. A little miscommunication there. Scott able to handle it and sent back down to the floor by Reese Robbins. Elena Scott, the ACC Defensive Player of the Year. You saw a little bit of it there. Second team All-American a season ago. And that one off the block, but it will go out. Cheyenne Halady able to get a point for South Dakota. And it'll be the libero on the other side now to serve. Cameron Ferris, the junior from Lansing, Kansas. Free ball opportunity here for the Coyotes. So the near side pin and across, and not able to find the sideline was Laird. Another point to Louisville and an 8-3 lead as substitution. Sofia Maldonado Diaz coming on for the first time, along with Nialise Cabello. Maldonado Diaz just finished up 4 years at Arizona, transferring in, and it'll be Cabello to serve. Freshman from Claremont, Florida. First attempt is blocked. The second attempt goes wide. Another point for Louisville. Bello, 2-time high school All-American. And this time the kill by Laird. Omaha, Nebraska native. Able to put that one away, averaging just shy of 3 kills per set. Gets one there. And we'll see Elena Wolf senior from Jackson, Minnesota. Spent her first couple of seasons at Wayne State. Of course, the 2020 season she was there was canceled. Only actually played one season, and that one going to miss the end line. It's going to be a service error and a point for the Cardinals. Looper to serve. Overpass there, and Maldonado Diaz going to make no mistake, and a timeout going to be called by the Coyotes. An impressive start by the number 4 team in the country. The Louisville Cardinals have an 11-4 lead here in set number 1. You're watching the Horizon League on ESPN+.
Gon' push it to the limit, we gon' rise together, side by side to the finish. Down the ride forever, we can ride together. So together we ride, certified. It's together we ride, we gon' push it to the limit. We gon' rise together, side by side to the finish. Down the ride forever, we gon' ride together. So together we ride, certified. It's together we ride, we gon' push it to the limit. We gon' rise together, side by side to the finish. Down the ride forever.
Thank you.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you don't just feed yourself or your family. You help support programs like Simply Give that feed our neighbors in need.
Okay.
Thank you.
Impressive start for the number 4 team in the country, the Louisville Cardinals, an 11-4 lead here in set number 1. And certainly you look at the stats so far, certainly bear that out. 4 attack attempts and 4 kills for a 1,000 hitting percentage. You can't really do any better than that. South Dakota minus 143 so far. That is the reason it is an 11-4 lead for Louisville. Dug out. Will they have a chance to get it over? They will not, as Laird is able to put it away. And she'll come off, and it'll be Lauren Medic coming back in, and she will serve. The freshman, one of a couple of freshmen, or one of a couple of players from Papillon, Nebraska. It's a top-ranked recruit in Nebraska, Gatorade Player of the Year in 2022. Free ball here, chance for South Dakota to make some inroads. Tapped over, and off the block. Kylan Seelock able to get the kill. We'll take another look, see our net cam. Back a little bit too far there. Off the block, and it will go wide as it'll be put away by DeBeer. That will send Pegran Kong, or PK as they call her, back to serve. Grad student from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. All East Region team a season ago. A nice set there. Tapped back over. And the kill driven home that time by Seelock, who's starting to warm up for the Coyotes. It's a 12-7 game. Morgan Bodie will head back to serve, another freshman, indeed a freshman from Papillon, so back-to-back freshmen from Papillon La Vista South. And there's the ace for Bodie. Number 55 ranked player by PrepVolleyball.com, 2-time state champion. Hit .426 her senior year. The club team was 3rd at Open Nationals in 2022. Quick set there, and it does not go over. South Dakota, after kind of getting blitzed by Louisville in the early going, settling into this match now, down just 12-9. There's DeBeer who gets stuffed. Here come the Coyotes. Down just 2 now, 12-10. It'll be Bodie to continue. DeBeer will try again. Dug out to the near pin and sent home. Maldonado Diaz. Check that number 8. That was Cabello. It'll be Maldonado Diaz to go back to serve. Indeed, it was Maldonado Diaz on that kill. I was correct. Tapped over. Nice touch that time by Sealock. Subs coming in for South Dakota as we take another look at the touch by Sealock up over the block. It'll be Barrett Power making her first appearance of the 2024 season. The grad student from Lincoln, Nebraska, coming over after spending 4 years at Colorado State. Played 33 sets a season ago. 275 assists in 4 years at Colorado State. The old traditional grad transfer. DeBeer kept alive, but one touch too many. Great effort there by South Dakota on the scramble, but not able to get it over. Avery Van Hook will come back in for South Dakota. And DeBeer will go back to serve. She got things started well for Louisville here in set number 1. 3-point lead for the Cardinals. And big drive dug out by Scott. And that's going to find the floor. DeBeer able to get the kill. Extend the lead to 4 once again. That was a great dig by Elena Scott in the middle of that point. Set right down the middle, but kept alive again. Tap to the back. Great effort by Medic. And not able to get that one over was Sealock. Cardinals starting to pull away again. We'll take another look. Don't know if it actually got blocked or if it just hit the tape, but Louisville by 5. And another one too hot to handle as DeBeer continues her strong serving. Sealock able to get that one into the air. Chance here for the Cardinals. Quick set and blocked. Audrey Nelson able to send that back where it came from. Samantha Laird back on for the Coyotes. And Kylan Sealock will look to cut into the Louisville advantage. Tapped over, beautifully done. Hannah Sherman making her first appearance of the season. Able to get the kill. Redshirt sophomore from Silver Spring, Maryland. There's Elena Scott. Did well with that set. Full credit there to Avery Van Hook. Ball might have been a little overpassed and was able to get up and push it back to set up the kill. Cameron Ferris to serve again. Sent right down by Reese Robbins. Robbins listed at 6'5", the sophomore from Mansfield, Texas. Making it look easy. Louisville by 6. as Camden Schrand will come in to serve. That one blocked, but Kong didn't know where it went, and they couldn't get around her to be able to put it back up in the air. Take another look. Turned her back the other direction. It'll be a kill for Laird. Wolf again. Big drive and a big kill. Again, DeBeer. That is kill number 6, or excuse me, kill number 4 in this set by DeBeer on 6 swings. And Louisville the first to 20 here in set number 1. Nice floating serve, ends up being sent right back over, and Louisville puts it away. It's Kong. PK sends it home. And a timeout for South Dakota, as Cardinals are 4 points away from taking this opening set against the Coyotes, 21-14. A reminder that today's production is crewed entirely by Northern Kentucky University students. They gain valuable hands-on experience that will benefit them as they enter the job market. For more information on the electronic media and broadcasting major and the many other degree programs offered by Northern Kentucky University, log on to the website nku.edu. Northern Kentucky University, real ambition, real success. Ezra Knapp, first time on camera, and gives the old Norse up as well. So great job. Great job. Our students here always do such an outstanding job. They're the ones behind the scenes for all of our ESPN Plus broadcasts, and they'll be here all weekend long for all 6 of the matches. There's some more of our students working hard. They do such a fantastic job. We really appreciate their hard work. Check on the stats so far. Louisville back down to earth a little bit on the hitting, but still hitting very well, hitting 500. They were, of course, hitting 1,000 last time we got a stat sheet. 167 for South Dakota, certainly improved. As you see, a lot of red in the crowd, both Louisville fans and South Dakota fans making the trip to Highland Heights for the weekend. Maybe not the nicest day outside for them to enjoy for those coming to the area, but I think they'll enjoy the rest of the weekend with temperatures cooling off once again. Cardinals are red hot, though, and 4 points away from the opening set. Charity Looper will serve it up. And kept alive for a moment, but not for too long, as Kong and DeBeer were there to throw up the block. Now 3 points away. Dallas, Texas native, 5'9" senior. Once again, not able to get it over. Laird tries to send it over, and Kong sends it back. Kong averaging nearly a block a set on this young season, and certainly going to improve those numbers based on what she's done here in set number 1. That one grates to the top of the tape. Laird will try again. Flying in is Scott to dig it out. DeBeer dug out on the other side by Wolf. Second chance for Laird. DeBeer blocks, but it goes wide. Point from both sides. It's set point, though, for the Louisville Cardinals. Impressive opening set from the number 4 team in the country. And now on the doorstep of a 1-0 lead, it'll be Looper to serve at set point. That one dug out, and it is in. Elena Scott digs it out and finds the floor. And that's just kind of how it went for Louisville in set number 1. The number 4 ranked Cardinals able to get it done all the way through their lineup, and they take set number 1 over the Coyotes of South Dakota. 25-14. We'll be back for set number 2 in just a few minutes here on ESPN Plus.
Did you know Nationwide is so much more than a great insurance company? They're one of America's. Did you know Nationwide is so much more than a great insurance company? They're one of America's. Did you know Nationwide is so much more than a great insurance company? They're one of America's.
What's wrong? My travel rewards card didn't earn enough miles.
Manning. I'm also Peyton Manning.
It's lovely, Peyton.
Did you say Peyton or Peyton?
Peyton.
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 Great work.
Thank you. For your insurance and financial needs, Peyton, Nationwide is on your side.
For a limited time, Subway just dropped the price of every footlong in the app to $6.99. Wait, Subway did what? $6.99? That can't be right. Yep, says right here, $6.99 for any footlong. So that means $6.99 will get me a hot and toasty Outlaw, or a Subway Club, or a Hot Shot Italiano, or a...
Literally, any sub on the menu.
My bad. Don't miss out on this deal. Get any footlong for just $6.99 in the Subway app. Order now, before it's too late.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. It's your job to stock the city. Restaurants and rooftops, bars and basements. Every corner store. And when it gets tough, you stay driven. Give it all you got, going nonstop for 20 stops. Because at the end of the day, every single round is on you. You are a fighter, and this is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
Times may change, but some things remain timeless.
I've been using the Dove Beauty Bar more than 25 years.
Dove is 1 quarter moisturizing cream.
I feel silky smooth.
One set in the books here in the NKU Volleyball Invitational, and it was Louisville taking the opening set by a score of 25-14. Take a look at some of the highlights from our net cam. And both teams had some highlights in that set. Louisville raced off to the quick start. South Dakota did a nice job of coming back in the middle of that set, but in the end, Louisville too strong there at the end of the set. Hit 579 in set number 1. South Dakota at 0-43. Number 4 team in the country. Getting off to a hot start, taking set number 1 by 11 points on this first day of the NKU Volleyball Invitational. Again, we'll have one more match today here on ESPN Plus. It'll be coming up at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Central. And that'll be the Missouri Tigers taking on the host Northern Kentucky Norse. Have that one for you here on ESPN Plus. Different link. Each match will be at its own ESPN Plus link, so you'll have to find that either through social media or, of course, you can find that on ESPN's app. Lineups are set here for set number 2. It will be Louisville to serve to start the second set. And it'll be Nialise Cabello to start it off, the freshman from Claremont, Florida. East Ridge High School came into this match hitting, or I should say, digging 1.5 digs per set. From the back, I don't know if Louisville even thought they got a touch on that. We'll have to see. As that one is out, it'll be a point for Louisville, so it won't matter anyway. I think the blockers for Louisville were claiming that one attempt did not go over, but Dan Littoral saw a touch, so play continued. Floated over by Sealock. Looper again through the block and to the floor. And just like in set number 1, Louisville off to a good start here in set number 2. Looper, the senior from Dallas, Texas. Spent the 21 and 22 seasons with UCLA. Now of the Big Ten, which is still weird. That one driven off the block by Sealock. South Dakota on the board here in set number 2. Got some schools represented in some of these transfers that are in some different conferences. Players from UCLA and USC, of course, now in the Big Ten. Saw somebody from Texas. So they're now in the SEC. They need a road map this year to figure it all out. Maldonado Diaz able to spin it over. Sealock tries to jam it through. From the back to Beer, and handled nicely by Audrey Nelson. Freshman from Madison, South Dakota. Three-time All-State in South Dakota Class A. School record for kills 1,410. Also had 315 blocks at Madison High School. Maldonado Diaz able to drive it off the top of the block to get the kill and give Louisville back the lead. And it'll be Charity Looper. All East Region first team a season ago, first team ACC. That one just roofed. The overpass on the first ball really kind of set that one behind. Good effort on the set, but too easy there for Louisville as the passing not quite what it needed to be there. Again, good effort there by Van Hook, but really nothing for Sealock to do but try to push it up, and Louisville was waiting on it. Sealock will try again. Off the block, but dug out. DeBeer blocked. So he's sent over. Great effort by Louisville to keep it alive. Back set this time, blocked. DeBeer stuffed again. Kong is everywhere. Free ball again, chance for the Cardinals. DeBeer dug out on the other side by Ferris. And this time it hits the floor. Great hustle from both sides. And South Dakota gets the point for now, but we're going to have our first video replay challenge of the season, at least in our home broadcasts. And it will be a net violation challenge. So it will be Isaac Wong who will come over to take a look. Of course, our crew in the truck will try to cue up the best angle. Typically, it's our net cam, but obviously we have some other cameras that can be of use in this situation. This will give us a chance to kind of talk about one of the other new rules this year while they look this up, is the double contact rule that has changed ever so slightly, that now on the first or second contact, whether it's a block or another type of hit, you can have double contact. The second contact or second hit can be a double contact if the third hit is hit by your own team. You can't have a ball that's a double contact and go over the net and next be touched by an opponent. That is still a passing foul. And most often when you see it called this year, illegally it'll be on a set on two. But I think it's going to make it a little easier for our officials at the speed of this game, the way it's played now, kind of eliminates some of those opportunities. I'm just trying to help out to let them know exactly what spot they're looking for. Of course, it was a pretty lengthy point, so they're having to go through. She was very emphatic. The moment that point was over, it was right to the challenge card. So I think pretty confident that this one may be overturned, but we'll see. Obviously, they're taking a look at it. Now we're going to get a chance to take a look at it. Is it here possibly? Now watch her right arm, and we'll see if this is what they're looking at. It wasn't there, so could have been another spot in the point. We'll see if what they were able to find. And evidently did not see it on the replay. So the call will stand, which means South Dakota gets the point. Samantha Laird comes back in. And it'll be Kylan Sealock senior from Lincoln, Nebraska. Led the Summit League in aces last season with 46. Floated over, chance here to tie this second set up. Tapped over by Nelson. And put down, no, it did. And thought for a moment maybe she was able to get underneath it, but DeBeer able to get the kill. Conversation on the other side. Leanne Williamson now with a brief conversation, but looks like she is at the very least satisfied not to challenge. Elena Scott will serve. And that's sometimes the net works in your favor, and that time just took all the pace off of that one and just deposited it over the net and to the floor. It'll be an ace and a 6-3 lead for the Cardinals. And another block. I think DeBeer got that one. And Louisville starting to expand its lead. Let's take another look. Cheyenne Halady with the attempt, but DeBeer was there. And another one. This time it was Hannah Sherman. Sherman and DeBeer proving to be too much to hit over at the moment for South Dakota. That is the 6th block for Louisville. Honestly, I'm surprised it's not more. Off the ceiling, bad luck there. And a timeout called by South Dakota as Louisville has expanded its lead to 9-3, leading 1-0 here at the NKU Volleyball Invitational. More on the other side of this timeout here on ESPN+.
Build with you, grow up with you, and dream with you. At Central Bank, we belong to the same communities you do. You're our neighbors, friends, and business partners. And through the relationships we build with you every day, we consistently serve you better. That's what highly personal banking is all about. We start with you.
At Barleycorns, we create an atmosphere you'll love with the experiences you'll remember. From special celebrations and laughter with family, to electrifying games and victory laps with friends. We help add that extra sizzle to your new favorite moments. So get over here and enjoy the best scene in town. Barleycorns, your neighborhood sports bar and grill. What are you waiting for? Get over here.
Louisville with a 9-3 lead. How are they getting it done? They're getting it done with defense. 7 blocks now for Louisville. Hitting at a 333 clip here in set number 2. Meanwhile, South Dakota, in large part because of those blocks, a -100 so far. Scott continues on, and the service error. Well taken timeout by the Coyotes. And it'll be the opposing libero, Cameron Ferris. Both teams only declaring 1 libero for the first 2 sets. Again, they have the option this year to declare a second libero. They cannot be on the floor at the same time. But we may see that at points throughout the season as Maldonado Diaz able to send that one home. She will head off. Ellie Glock comes in, redshirt junior from Wahoo, Nebraska. Also back on is Reese Robbins, a sophomore from Mansfield, Texas. It'll be Ellie Glock to serve. Kept alive somehow by the Cardinals, but no. So the double contact called. I was going to say, the way I understood it, the double contact was on the second contact, so that's a legal contact because the third contact was hit by Louisville and then it went over. Now, if the third hit had been a double contact, that would have been illegal, but if it's the second hit and then a Louisville player touches it next, that should be legal, at least as far as the way I understand the rule. And indeed, they did reverse the call. I mean, that's one of those rule changes that everybody's getting used to. In the past, that absolutely would have been illegal, but this year that is legal. So good job by the officials getting together and getting it right. Again, it's early in the season for everybody, so Ellie Glock will do it again. That tapped over, and South Dakota going to win the point anyway, as Cheyenne Halady, the grad student from Mississauga, Ontario, probably familiar with this gymnasium. She spent her first year at Youngstown State before moving on to UTSA. Of course, Youngstown State, a member of the Horizon League, along with Northern Kentucky. And blocked but wide as Hannah Sherman again. Substitution will be Peyton Peterson, freshman. Gatorade Iowa Player of the Year, both her junior and senior year. First team All-American. More great talent for this squad, and that one is touched and will head out. It'll be a point for South Dakota. Take another look. And Morgan Bodie able to put that one away. And Lauren Medic set to serve. 11-6, set number 2. Looper, a little frustrated there, didn't get a clean swing on that. And the Coyotes are back to within 4, just like they did in set number 1. They got behind and clawed their way back into the set before Louisville pulled away late. And that one is blocked, but it is blocked wide. Robbins again. It'll be Hannah Sherman, redshirt sophomore from Silver Spring, Maryland. Played 19 sets a season ago, playing in her first sets of 2024 today. And that one sails long. Seelock not able to find the floor. It's a 13-7 lead for Louisville. And overpass there, but South Dakota keeps it alive. Seelock, big drive off the ceiling and to the floor. Seelock averaging almost 6 kills per set coming into today. Gets the big drive there. That is, I believe, kill number 4 once the stats update. And that one blocked. I believe it may have been Seelock. Nelson was there as well. Back to within 4 again. A battle here from the Coyotes. Looper across. Chance again for South Dakota. Tapped over by Nelson. And was there a touch there? No touch called. Could have her second challenge. And indeed, it will be challenged. So they will challenge that there was touched on the drive by Robbins. So once again to the headset goes Isaac Wong. Louisville unsuccessful in their first challenge opportunity. So we will once again get a chance to see if indeed there was a touch. And boy, it's really close. Obviously, it looks like Sealock would be the one that is in question. Whether that index finger on the right hand moves. Almost have to think that it would have had to have hit her hand the way it went by. So obviously what you're looking for here, especially from that far away, you're looking to see, is there a finger bending backwards? Does the ball change spin after it passes a player? Because that's usually a pretty good sign that there was a touch involved. And I think the call's going to stand, if I heard correctly. We'll see. And indeed, no touch. So 0 for 2. Serve again from Bodie, and then sent down. But further, called a lift. Louisville very frustrated over here on the bench, but South Dakota back to within 2. Should be noted, South Dakota has just 1 timeout remaining. It is reflected on our scoreboard here in the arena, but not on our score bug you see on television, as Looper this time leaves no doubt able to get the kill in the run from South Dakota. A look from Ncaa high above, no chance for Van Hook to get there. And it'll be Cabello again. Overpass again, and PK gonna send it home. Just have it like that. Lead back up to 4 for Louisville. Already a set to the good here in the first match of this NKU Volleyball Invitational. Sealock is blocked. Chance again, dug out again by Scott. And Louisville gets the kill as Peterson from the back able to send it home. You just can't help but be impressed by Elena Scott. She is literally everywhere. And obviously some of it is effort, but some of it is just being such an intelligent player that she just always seems to be in the right place and is able to just get an arm on a ball when it looks like it's flying by her. Just can't help but be impressed. I mean, there's a reason she was the ACC Defensive Player of the Year last year, and I think certainly maybe the odds-on favorite to start the season to repeat that honor. Down the middle that time, but it's dug out. Looper off the top of the block. Sealock will swing. That one hits the antenna off the block. So Sealock will get the kill. And Barrett Power will come back in for South Dakota, along with number 15, Cheyenne Halady. It'll be Power to serve, the grad student from Lincoln, Nebraska. Lincoln Christian High School. Pushed over. Sent right back over by South Dakota, so another chance for Louisville to get a swing at it, and able to drive it off a South Dakota player is Looper. Back in is Avery Van Hook for the Coyotes. And here comes Charity Looper. Pac-12 honorable mention back in 2022 for UCLA. RIP to the Pac-12, and that's an ace. A 6-point lead for the Cardinals. Back set this time, but missing it wide was Halady. And timeout called by South Dakota. Their second and final timeout here in set number 2 as Louisville 6 points away from a 2-0 lead, leading 19-12. The Horizon League and our members live and play in the largest and most vibrant cities in the country, allowing our student athletes exposure to unique experiences only available in major cities. To learn more about all of our major cities, visit horizonleague.com/brand recharge. Check out the favorite spots to visit, eat, and socialize of our athletes and administrators in our major cities by visiting horizonleague.com/LITL. Of course, our favorite part, we go to these cities around the Horizon League, got to find the best place to eat. I know my broadcast colleague on women's basketball, Rich Hoyt, always recommending some great places in Indianapolis, which of course is the home of the Horizon League men's and women's basketball tournaments. We'll be back there again in March. Looking forward to that, as always. Always a great weekend in Indianapolis. And, of course, for those, obviously I know Louisville fans will know, maybe for those who are watching from South Dakota, not real familiar with exactly where northern Kentucky is, other than in northern Kentucky. But we're about 5 miles away from downtown Cincinnati, just across the river from Ohio. Head up I-471 as you leave here, and about 5 minutes pending traffic, which this time of day maybe not so much, but most of the time you're right into downtown Cincinnati. Hitting numbers here in set number 2, 261 for Louisville, up to 100 for South Dakota. Still 7 blocks for Louisville, so South Dakota's done a better job of keeping it away from the Louisville block. But the Cardinals starting to pull away here in set number 2, a 7-point lead. And it'll be Charity Looper again to serve. Swing from the back from Medic. Peterson, Medic puts it up in the air. Sealock able to squeeze it through, gets the kill. Much needed kill from Sealock. And now she will head back to serve. I think that's exactly who South Dakota would like going back to the line here. Needing a run, down by 6. Is just able to find some space. Overpass there. Peterson going to send it over. Right down the middle. Able to squeeze it through. No, not able to squeeze it through. It was blocked again. Maybe for a moment it had come to this side of the net. My angle's a little odd here, but goes right back over. And it's Louisville again getting it done at the net with defense. Elena Scott to serve. Swing by Lotion. Peterson is blocked. Kept off the floor. Elena Scott again, but 4 contacts by Louisville will give the point to South Dakota, but again, just can't help but marvel Elena Scott somehow kept that ball off the floor, gave the Cardinals a chance, but South Dakota gets the point, and it'll be her libero counterpart, Cameron Ferris, to serve. Nice serve by Ferris. Peterson. Ferris digs it out. And that one is blocked. Laird tried to drive it through. But Louisville again getting it done at the net. That's been the story. On top of great hitting offensively for Louisville, is just hard to hit over this team. Not only do they have great length, but they have great positioning as well. Now up to 9 blocks. Laird tries to roll this one over and able to just trickle it over the block. Elena Wolf will come in. All-state honorable mention in high school 3 times, over 1,000 kills and 1,000 digs at Jackson County Central. Back set, able to squeeze it through once again. was Hannah Sherman able to put it away. And Louisville 3 points away. Laird, guess who? Elena Scott was there to dig it out. Peterson from the back. Peterson to the floor. And now 2 points away. .616 kills her senior year. And that one just misses. Lauren Medic back in. Freshman from Papillon again. Got a few on this squad, a couple of them I should say, on this squad from Papillon, freshman. Coming in from that excellent program, La Vista South. Looper, big drive. The senior from Dallas, Texas has given Louisville set point. And Hannah Sherman will serve, but first Jessica Drapp gonna come on. Sophomore, the local product from Cincinnati, Mercy McCauley. And she's gonna get to serve here. GGCL first team 2 times, first team all region. Over by Van Hook. Nicely done there. Drapp will come back out, and Scott will come back on, and still set point for Louisville. And it'll be up to Morgan Bodie to try to keep the Coyotes in set number 2. Tapped over. It's going to be sent back over, but then sent to the floor. As Kong able to finish it off. And Louisville takes the second set. They lead 2-0, 25-17 in set number 2. Reach the intermission. We'll come back with stats and highlights on the other side of this timeout here on ESPN+.
As a successful CFO, I have one secret to help you build wealth. You need to be careful who you listen to when it comes to financial decisions. I'm not a CFO, and this is not a penthouse. It's a NerdWallet commercial. I'm not even human.
When it comes to your finances, listen to the nerds. We've researched and reviewed thousands of financial products to help you make smarter decisions.
Nerds! Applebee's is serving up the NFL. And to celebrate, we're serving up America's favorite boneless wings for just 50 cents each. We're trying out some other stuff, too.
What's the order? 50-cent boneless wings?
50-cent boneless wings on 2. Ready? Break!
Hey, Brock. 50-cent boneless wings only at Applebee's.
Enjoy.
Yeah.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. It's your job to stock the city. Restaurants and rooftops, bars and basements. Every corner store. And when it gets tough, you stay driven. Give it all you got, going nonstop, 20 stops. Because at the end of the day, every single round is on you. You are a fighter, and this is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
Horizon League student athletes have major experiences in our league, including NCAA Division I competition and championships and exposure on ESPN platforms. To learn more about the major experiences provided by the Horizon League and our members, visit horizonleague.com/brand recharge. 2 sets in the books here in the first match of the NKU Volleyball Invitational, and indeed it is Louisville with a 2-0 lead, 25-14 and 25-17 over South Dakota. Let's take a look at the Horizon League scoreboard for the first time in the volleyball season. Here are some scores from around the Horizon League. Cincinnati, a 3-0 win over IU Indy. And again, for those who are watching our broadcast, might not know that name, formerly known as IUPUI, IU Indianapolis. Still going to take some getting used to for all of us, but they fall 3-0 to Cincinnati. Youngstown State, a 3-1 winner over Radford. Robert Morris able to go the distance and beat Coppin State 3-2. Oakland falls in straight sets to George Washington. UIC, former Horizon League foe, taking out Purdue Fort Wayne in 4. And FAU takes down Green Bay in 4 sets as well. Of course, HorizonLeague.com for all of your scores. Obviously, a lot of early season matches as teams are playing in these invitational events, so playing multiple times on a weekend. So we'll keep you up to date on how some of the other Horizon League schools are doing throughout the weekend. Take a look at upcoming schedules for both of these teams. Of course, they are going to continue on. South Dakota will take on Northern Kentucky tomorrow. That will be the second of 2 games. That's a 4 p.m. Central Time start, 5 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow. And we'll have that on ESPN+. And then breakfast with the volleyball on Sunday. That's a 10 a.m. Central start. South Dakota and Missouri on Sunday, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. We'll have that for you on ESPN+. And then Montana State, Iowa State, and UTEP round out the upcoming schedule. For Louisville, of course, they'll be with us tomorrow as well. They will take on Missouri in the first game tomorrow. Again, that'll be a 2 p.m. Eastern start. And then Northern Kentucky will take on the hosts on Sunday. That's a 2 p.m. Eastern start as well. Both those on ESPN+. And then Northern Iowa, Creighton on ESPN September 15th. And, of course, the rivalry with Kentucky coming up September 18th. You can also catch that on ESPN. It's great to see so much televised volleyball early in the year. It's so much fun to just watch it. Take a look at the highlights from set number 2. And we got some action there at the net. Good defense from both sides, but mostly Louisville able to get the blocks. There you see, I believe it was Kong again who able to get that stuff. That was the one that live I wasn't 100% sure got there, but obviously looking at that camera was pretty obvious. I'm sure everybody at home thought, of course, it went over. But Louisville impressive defensively the first 2 sets and offensively. And so it'll be up to South Dakota to try to turn the tide here, starting with set number 3. Tapped over, chance here for the Coyotes. Sealock able to get the kill. We're here in Regents Hall in Highland Heights, Kentucky, home of the Northern Kentucky Norse. And big drive there by Kylan Sealock. Put South Dakota on top here for set number 3. Served by Barrett Power. That one dug out. Sealock again. Tapped back over. Great effort again on defense. That one, Sealock just has to send it over. Chance here for the Cardinals. And put away by DeBeer. More great defense from Louisville, turning into offense. Avery Van Hook back in. And DeBeer, after her first kill of set number 3, will step back to serve. That was kill number 7 for the match for DeBeer. Overpass. And put away by Hannah Sherman. Playing her first sets of the 2024 season, and she's played very well, offensively and defensively. That was kill number 4 for her. And that one blocked, and it's going to find the floor. Looper was there. Sherman was there. And this is kind of what's happened in each set. Louisville just gets off to this great start, and South Dakota's got a high hill to climb. They would like to cut this off early this set. Sealock off the block. That one dug out but not back over as Robbins going to get the kill. A 4-1 lead for Louisville. Misses. So a little more limited run this time for Louisville to start the set. That will send Kylan Seelock back to serve. But could not get that one over. Again, she's one of their best servers, if not the best server. Led the Summit League last year in aces. Here's Elena Scott, who has really been outstanding today. No surprise for Defensive Player of the Year in the ACC. And Robbins takes advantage of the overpass and puts it away. Gonna see Katie Clancy come on to try to change the momentum. Sophomore from Castle Rock, Colorado. Playing in her third match of the season. Has her high school record for digs in a season and in a career. Another overpass. Again, here come the Cardinals. Driven off the top of the block by Robbins. And I think a touch. Indeed there was, as the kill will go to Medic. Medic was the one that got a piece of the block and then gets the kill. Cameron Ferris. 6-3 lead for the Cardinals here in set 3. Oh, big drive. Get out of the way when Charity Looper's coming with that kind of momentum. My goodness. Looks like the whole team parted there for Looper, and that is not one you want to be in front of. Hello to serve. And that one not touched. Medic not able to get the touch on that swing. And it's 8-3 Louisville. And serve there. It ends up coming back over. Surprising Kong. Big swing and a touch this time, as Amanda Lotion able to get the kill. Playing her first match of the season, the sophomore from Omaha, Nebraska. Two-time All-State at Marion High School, had over 1,000 kills and gets a big one there to stop the momentum for Louisville. Down the middle again. Just no way to stop that. Maldonado Diaz this time. Senior from Guadalajara, Mexico. Be Camden Schrand. Another local product, sophomore from Villa Hills, Kentucky, Notre Dame Academy. Chance to play in front of her family. And net contact, the call. Clancy will come out. Seelock back in. And Medic to serve. 9-5. Louisville on top, leading 2-0. And this time a block, as Seelock gets it done with the defense this time. Seelock's been getting it done offensively with 7 kills. This time gets it done at the net on the defensive side. And that one driven through the block by Anna DeBeer. Pigran Kong. PK will go back to serve. South Dakota native getting a chance to play. It's her home state program, but service error there. And again, Coyotes hanging in set number 3, down just 10-7. Morgan Bodie to serve. Really nice serve that just grazed the top of the net as it went by. Chance here for South Dakota. And a block again. Second chance opportunity. And it goes out. Big swing there by Sealock. That second one went toward the Louisville bench. Everybody having a good chuckle about that. That's one way to get it around the block for sure. Sometimes the angle's just not there, but got to appreciate the effort for sure. Sealock's has been swinging really well.
I loved it. No, she pulled her hands.
I think she was hoping to drive it off the block, but the block wasn't there when she went to swing it. Some questions at the table at the moment. Isaac Wong will go over. I don't know if we have an issue with a rotation or somebody out of position or possibly back row attack, but they will work that out. And say, I wonder if our newest member of our sports information team here at NKU knew he was on camera getting down to that music. Somebody will let Hunter know that later, I'm sure. That'll end up on social media. NKU North's account people certainly get on top of that. 11-7 lead for Louisville. And that one high and over the top. Sealock not able to find the top of the block with that one. The Cardinals lead us 12-7. And a reminder, we'll have one more match for you tonight. Missouri and Northern Kentucky coming your way 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific Central Time, 3 p.m. Pacific if you're watching on the West Coast. And Sealock this time able to find the sideline. Subs on both sides. Glock back in along with Robbins on one side for Louisville, and on the other side, it's Barrett Power. Robbins came on before a second official could recognize the change and makes her come back out and do it again. And here's Power to serve. Nice dig that time on the other side by Ferris. Blocked. Off the top of the block that time by Lotion. And DeBeer able to find the block and get the kill. Alana Bankston in, I believe, for the first time today. The freshman from Omaha, Nebraska. I believe it's her first appearance this season. All-region player in her high school days, All-America watch list, prep volleyball top 150. Down the middle, Lotion is dug out, and it doesn't quite find its way over. Ellie Glock, a little frustrated, was going to go up and make a contact on it, then thought it was headed over. Decided to leave it and ended up staying on the Louisville side. Sealock to serve. Big rotation here for South Dakota. Really need to make some headway with Sealock serving. Lotion gets the kill. Back to within 3. Dug out, but it's going to go wide. Great effort there. Robbins able to get the kill. Katie Clancy going to come back in. And it'll be Elena Scott to serve.
Let's go, one and done here.
We approach TV timeout here in set number 3. That one off the block and wide as Mandaloshan gets the kill. AAU national champion for her club team, Nebraska Elite. 136 kills, 59 blocks, 50 digs. Senior season at Marion. And that one does not find its way over for DeBeer. And now a 2-point match here in set number 3. There's a reason the South Dakota program's had so much success. Picked to finish 3rd this year in the Summit League, but you know they're going to be right there at the end. Too hot to handle there by Robbins. And that will take us, I believe, to our media timeout as we are at 15 points. And indeed, that will be the media timeout. So Louisville, a 15-12 lead over South Dakota here in set number 3, leading 2-0. We'll step aside here on ESPN+.
Live with you, build with you, grow up with you, and dream with you. At Central Bank, we belong to the same communities you do. You're our neighbors, friends, and business partners. And through the relationships we build with you every day, we consistently serve you better. That's what highly personal banking is all about. We start with you.
Louisville, a 2-0 lead, a 15-12 lead here in set number 3 over South Dakota. Just talking briefly before the break about how you expect South Dakota to be there at the end. The Coyotes have either earned a Summit League regular season title or tournament championship in each of the last 6 seasons. So you know when it's money time in the Summit League, South Dakota is going to be a team you're going to have to go through if you want to win the Summit League. Meanwhile, we talked about that Louisville sweep. They were swept by Penn State. That was the first time they have been swept in a match since 2022 when they were swept by Texas in the NCAA championship. So that's not something that happens very often to Louisville, and you know they were going to come out motivated today and certainly have played that way. But credit to South Dakota hanging around here in set number 3. Nice dig by Clancy. That one blocked and stuffed back over by Kong. That one off the block by Medic. And the Coyotes are within 2 as Elena Wolf will come back in to serve. Best hitting set so far for South Dakota, approaching 200. They were 176 before that kill. Free ball here and a chance to get within 1. Drive by Bodie is dug out. Quick set and net contact. And again, another conversation between Danny Busby Kelly and the down official, Isaac Wong, who have had a few today. And the Coyotes are within a point. Again, we mentioned last year when these 4 teams played in the Missouri Invitational, Louisville did not drop a set the entire weekend. And that one, no touch called. And we're all even here in set number 3 at 15.
Let's go, keep it up.
Well, you got to appreciate the fight of this South Dakota squad. This is why they're always there at the end in the Summit League. And that one sails long. Louisville retakes the lead on the service error. Camden Schran will come back in, the local product. 9th region tournament MVP. back in 2022, was the Kentucky Defensive Player of the Year. Getting a chance to serve here. And the overpass. PK sends it down. Not what South Dakota needed there, although certainly credit to Schran in the serve to force that. That's a service error. Kylan Seelock coming back in. Lauren Medic to serve. One of the talented freshmen on the South Dakota squad. This squad's just going to get better as the season goes on. There's got so much young talent on this team. Back set. Did she find the sideline? Kong did not. It's all tied up again at 17. Trying for that angle to get around the block, but line judge says it missed the sideline. DePere dug out nicely by Ferris. Sent over by Seelock. Ferris again. Chance for the lead from the back. Dug out by Scott. Sent over. Ferris puts it in the air. Seelock! South Dakota with the lead. And a timeout called by Louisville. And pure excitement on the South Dakota bench. You can see it as the Coyotes have rallied to take an 18-17 lead here in set number 3. Looking to extend this one. Well, the Horizon League and our members make major impact as student athletes lead in a variety of ways in our metropolitan campus communities and championship host cities. This year's hashtag HLSAAC and hashtag 1HL initiatives include student athlete professional development, civic engagement, and community impact. To learn more on the major impact created by our student athletes, visit horizonleague.com/brand recharge. Well, they put a recharge in South Dakota. Each set they got behind early. Each set they made a push in the middle of the set, and then Louisville would pull away. This set, that pull away has not quite yet happened, as South Dakota has surged ahead to take a 1-point lead here in the third set. And you can see the reason why. In their best hitting set, 227. Louisville hitting 261, but the difference, Louisville 4 blocks in the first set, 5 in the second set, but just 2 here in set number 3. South Dakota doing a much better job of keeping the ball away from the Louisville block. And because of that, the Coyotes have their nose in front here in the third, needing to win this set to extend it to a fourth. That'll be Lauren Medic to serve again. DePere off the block and out, just like that, all tied up again at 18. Trapp comes back on along with Hannah Sherman. And it will be the Cincinnati, Ohio native, redshirted a season ago. That one off the block and wide by Seelock. And South Dakota retakes the lead by 1. Back set this time, and Maldonado Diaz with great skill finds the floor, tying it up at 19. Last year when these two teams played, Louisville won 25-10, 25-16, 25-18. So South Dakota has exceeded its highest set total from a year ago. Ellie Glock. Sent over by Nelson, and doesn't come back. Coyotes again out in front by a point. South Dakota checking to see sure that they've got the room to make the sub. It'll be Barrett Power to come back in. .22 aces in her 4 years at Colorado State. DePere able to just get it through and find the floor. All level at 20. What has been a very entertaining third set. Maybe a little too entertaining for the Louisville fans who thought their Cardinals were cruising to the finish, but it is DePere to serve, and she's been very, very good there in this match. We'll have one more stretch to try to close this out. There's the overpass, and there's the put away by Hannah Sherman. And a timeout called. Not going to waste any time. Leanne Williamson going to take the second and final timeout, or actually the first timeout only for South Dakota in this third set. So one timeout left each. But I think the right move there. She knows that DePere is serving. DePere has been very good there. Don't want to let her get warmed up. Go ahead and take that timeout after the first point. So game 2 of our coverage of the NKU Invitational continues later tonight when Missouri challenges host Northern Kentucky. The Norse will be looking for their first ever win against the Tigers. First serve is at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Central, and you can watch it live right here on ESPN+. I'll be back with you for the call of that one coming up in approximately an hour and a half. The only question will be is how much volleyball we're going to have in that hour and a half. South Dakota would like to extend this one beyond 3 sets. Louisville would like to bring their day's work to a close by finishing this one off. Louisville up to 370 here in set number 3. South Dakota at 280, so certainly much better here in the third set. For the match, South Dakota at 133, Louisville at 385. One timeout each. Louisville by a point. And again, Anna DePere back to serve. Better first pass this time. And that one is sent home by Amanda Lotion. They're able to limit the DePere run to just the 1 point. And now it is South Dakota and their best server, Kylan Seelock. Quick set, dug out. Off the block. Medic the kill. Coyotes by 1, timeout Louisville as they will return the favor. And it's South Dakota 3 points away from this third set. How much fun has this been? Especially for a neutral observer, just looking for some great volleyball action. And we have gotten that, especially in this third set. Louisville really came out strong in the first 2 sets, had an early lead here in set 3, but full credit to South Dakota not packing up when they got behind here in the third set, just continue to chip away. And again, I think the biggest difference in this set is they have generally neutralized the block of Louisville. They've been getting better swings, so you get plays like that where there's a block but it goes out. Now you see kills this set are 15-13 in favor of Louisville. That's 13 kills, the most from South Dakota in a set in this match, and only 4 errors. South Dakota up to 333 here in this set. Louisville has no more timeouts. Once again, it'll be the Summit League leader in aces from a season ago, Kylan Seelock, looking to go on a run and looking to send this one to a 4th set. that one out. Big dig on the other side by Scott. From the back, DeBeer finds the floor. No. The judge on this side pointed down, but the line judge on the far side pointed out. And a conversation will not go in Louisville's favor. And remember, they've already used unsuccessfully 2 challenges earlier. And that replay certainly looked, if there wasn't a touch, it was definitely wide. 2 points away. Kept off the floor again. Medic with the swing. There's a big drive. Charity Looper, when they needed her most, gets the kill. And they end the run of Kylan Seelock. Katie Clancy back in. Hannah Sherman back in. Pegran Kong back in. And here's Elena Scott. Louisville behind by a point. That one, was there a touch? There was not a touch called, as Lotion not able to find a hand, and it's all tied at 23. Big point here for Elena Scott. And a big drive that's going to go wide as Medic sends it over. Medic's big right arm swing has South Dakota at set point. And it'll be their libero Cameron Ferris to serve. And it's an ace! South Dakota takes the third. The Coyotes take set number 3, 25-23. We will play on here in Highland Heights as Ferris gets the ace. And the Coyotes get on the board. It's Louisville leading by 2-1. We'll head back for a 4th set after this timeout here on ESPN+.
Did you know Nationwide is so much more than a great insurance company? They're one of America's largest financial services companies, too. Just like I'm so much more than quarterback Peyton Manning. I'm also Peyton Manning.
It's lovely, Peyton.
Did you say Peyton or Peyton?
Peyton.
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 Great work.
Thank you. For your insurance and financial needs, Peyton, Nationwide is on your side.
Applebee's is serving up the NFL. And to celebrate, we're serving up America's favorite boneless wings for just 50 cents each. We're trying out some other stuff, too.
What's the order? 50-cent boneless wings?
50-cent boneless wings on 2. Ready? Right.
Hey, Brock.
50-cent boneless wings only at Applebee's.
Enjoy.
Yeah.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. It's your job to stock the city. Restaurants and rooftops, bars and basements. Every corner store. And when it gets tough, you stay driven. Give it all you got, going nonstop, 20 stops. Because at the end of the day, every single round is on you. You are a fighter, and this is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
Louisville, after taking the first 2 sets, now drops set number 3 as the number 4 team in the country. Loses the third set 25-23, but still leads this match 2-1 as we take a look at some of the highlights in set number 3. Again, the difference was fewer errors for South Dakota, more kills, a better hitting percentage. You take a look at the match stats through 3 sets. The stats to look at: 14 kills for South Dakota in that third set, only 5 hitting errors, 290 the hitting percentage, and only 2 blocks for Louisville in that set after having 9 blocks in the first 2 sets. And that's the difference. Is Louisville just didn't get it done as well defensively, but again, credit to South Dakota for better passing in that third set, especially the first pass, much better, giving their setter a better ball. Van Hook had more to deal with, so certainly it's made this a little more interesting, but there's the first point to Louisville here in set 4. And Louisville started fast in each of the first 3 sets. In that third set, they just couldn't quite pull away far enough to be able to finish off South Dakota. As Ellie Glock getting things started for Louisville in set 4. That one off the top of the block and dug out again by Scott. DeBeer off the top of the block. Down the middle that time by Medic. Tapped over. And not quite able to get it to go over as Sherman gets the kill. Louisville would love to get the kind of start they got in the first 2 sets and take some of the hope away from South Dakota here in the 4th. Again, we mentioned these 4 teams met last year in Missouri. It was 3 3-0 wins for Louisville. That will not be the case this year, as that's an ace. Ellie Glock started her career at USC, redshirted the 2021 season. Right down the middle, great dig that time. It was Looper who got that. DeBeer, great effort on the other side by Van Hook. Not able to get it over is Seelock. And may get an early timeout from South Dakota. We'll see. It's 4-0 Louisville. Can't afford to let the Cardinals get too far out in front here early in the 4th. And again, dug out, battle near the net. Louisville got the better of it. They got the control and they got the kill. And an early timeout indeed will be coming as DeBeer gets the kill. And Louisville starting off like you would expect, the appropriate answer from the number 4 team in the country after dropping a set. They score the first 5 of set number 4 and lead at 5-0. We'll be back for more on the other side of this timeout here on ESPN+.
Did you know Nationwide is so much more than a great insurance company? They're one of America's largest financial services companies, too. Just like I'm so much more than quarterback Peyton Manning. I'm also Peyton Manning.
It's lovely, Peyton.
Did you say Peyton or Peyton?
Peyton.
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 Great work.
Thank you. For your insurance and financial needs, Peyton, Nationwide is on your side.
For a limited time, Subway just dropped the price of every footlong in the app to $6.99. Wait, Subway did what? $6.99? That can't be right. Yep, says right here, $6.99 for any footlong. So that means $6.99 will get me a hot and toasty Outlaw, or a Subway Club, or a Hot Shot Italiano, or a...
Literally, any sub on the menu.
My bad. Don't miss out on this deal. Get any footlong for just $6.99 in the Subway app. Order now, before it's too late.
Now the answer you would expect from the number 4 team in the country, Louisville, after dropping that third set, scored the first 5 of the 4th. Timeout called by South Dakota to try to bring the run to a stop. Not a good first pass again. Tapped over a couple times. And Louisville going to get the point again as Hannah Sherman wins the battle at the net. Now 6-0 Louisville. And a substitution will be Samantha Laird coming in. Really just kind of using these subs to try to break the momentum. Don't want to burn a second time out so soon, but Louisville off to a really good start at the moment. Chance to make it 7. And that's what's going to happen. Reese Robbins again. Well, as I mentioned a moment ago, and again, credit to Louisville for some of this, obviously, but the passing from South Dakota here early in the fourth, more reminiscent of what we saw early in the match. And again, that could be because Louisville's just hitting the ball better. And there's a block, and it will go wide. So on the board is South Dakota. Louisville scores the first 7 of the fourth. And now Kylan Seelock, see if she can answer, try to chip away at this deficit. And the service error, not what the Coyotes needed there. Katie Clancy back in. The other thing the Coyotes probably didn't want to see is Anna DeBeer going back to serve again. And this time serving with an 8-1 advantage. Off the block. Scott comes diving in. Dug out well on the other side. Motion. There's Scott again. Looper. On the other side, it's Ferris. And a block by Sherman. On the swing by Nelson. That's a 9-1 lead for Louisville. This third set certainly appears to have gotten their attention. Maybe some of their best volleyball of the match here at the beginning of the fourth. That one will go wide. Now 10-1 Louisville. And DeBeer will continue on. And Medic is stuffed. That was Hannah Sherman who got the block that time. 6'3" redshirt sophomore out of Silver Spring, Maryland. Overpass. Again, we saw those early in the match. We didn't see them in set number 3, and South Dakota's got no choice after the Charity Looper kill but to take their final timeout of the fourth set, as it is a Cardinal romp here in the early part of set number 4. Not much you can do about that. There's no way to defend that. This is a 12-1 lead for Louisville. Reminder that coming up, before we sign off from this broadcast, we'll have our Grown Family McDonald's Player of the Match. At the moment, you're looking at candidates. DeBeer, 11 kills, 381 hitting percentage, also has 3 aces to lead Louisville. Robbins with 8 kills, a 500 hitting percentage. Looper with 9 kills. A lot of great choices, and a great match from Seelock on the other side. 11 kills of her own. 2 aces. 23 assists from Van Hook. But the numbers in this set tell the story. 667 hitting percentage from Louisville. No errors, 6 kills. South Dakota, 1 kill, 3 errors, minus 154. That's how you end up here. 12-1 and no timeouts left for South Dakota. And still Anna DeBeer standing with ball in hand. Robbins off the block. Can't do much with it, though. Looper. Charity Looper again. Kill number 10. 13-1. Kind of feels like losing that third set just made them angry. 14-1. It's an ace from DeBeer. Sometimes there are things that snap your team into focus. You knew this was a team that was going to come in with extra motivation after that tough loss to Penn State. Medic blocked. I believe Robbins got that one. Sherman was there as well, but I believe it was Robbins that time. 15-1. I think losing that third set may have snapped them even to another level of focus, because this is as good as it gets from Louisville. Finally an error. It's a service error. And it's 15-2 as Cameron Ferris will step back to serve. Coyotes in a mighty big hole here in the fourth. And then a service error right back. Lena Scott, 13 digs on the match to lead all players. Not a surprise. She's been everywhere to the point where you start thinking there's two of her out there. Dig there, but not able to control it. Boshin gets the kill. South Dakota not in a position to trade points at this point. They've got to go on a run. They have any chance of thinking about extending this match. Elena Wolf, senior from Jackson, Minnesota. And that one misses. Another service error. Now 17-3. Bello back in for Louisville. Aldonado Diaz as well. Cabello to serve. And blocked again. Medic is blocked. PK again. Dagon Kong, the grad student from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, led the team in blocking with 117. Kind of feels like she might have a season better than that this year, the way she's been everywhere. Free ball here for Louisville. Looper. Not able to get there. Great effort by Ferris. It's 19-3 Cardinals. Really no other choice for South Dakota at this point, but it just makes subs. Cheyenne Halady back in. Barrett Power back in. And obviously at this point, you're not thinking of moral victories, but at the same time, you get a set off the number 4 team in the country. You're going to feel pretty good about that. And certainly that South Dakota team was very ecstatic the way they played that third set. That's something they can carry with them the rest of the weekend and, of course, throughout the season. Chance to make it 20. Great dig on the other side by Clancy, but not able to get it back over. I mean, this is just a statement at this point by Louisville. 20-3. Score sounds like a Horizon League baseball game. Service error makes it 20-4. Back in is Kylan Seelock. And again, I think if you're South Dakota, you can take the way you played in that third set especially, and that can give you confidence to have good results the rest of the weekend against Missouri and Northern Kentucky. Looper down the line. 21-4 Louisville. And again, if you're Louisville, you've got you got big goals in mind this season. You know where the season ends up this year. You know that the national champion is going to be crowned in your hometown, in your building. You want to be there for that. So that's what they're working toward. Obviously, ACC title first. They want to be there as that one dug out nicely. Kept alive by South Dakota. DeBeer off the top of the net. And that one ends up off the block. And a kill for, I believe it was Sealock. Got the last touch on that. Just played a good match. That's kill number 12. Morgan Bodie, 21-5, Louisville here in the fourth. Back set, put away. Maldonado Diaz. First appearance of the match for Sam Unteed. Unteed, the freshman from Okabena, Minnesota, 2023 All-State team, AAU National All-American in 2023. Unteed getting a chance to serve, and I think that's going to be, it didn't go over anyway. I thought we were going toward 4, but point for Louisville. This whole set has been a point for Louisville. They have made a point very clear. They play their best. They're absolutely among the best in the country. That's going to be a service error, 23-6. Amanda Lotion back in, along with Avery Van Hook. Yeah, it'll be Van Hook to serve. Van Hook, 24 assists, 7 digs. And that one's long. That is going to bring up match point for Louisville. Feels like just a moment ago the excitement for South Dakota winning that third set. But Louisville has just been a runaway train in this fourth set, really from the first point. And it's now match point. Tapped over. Chance to finish on 2. South Dakota gets it over, but then it's blocked. A shrug of the shoulder for Hannah Sherman. And about as good a final set as you can play by the Louisville Cardinals, who take this match over South Dakota by 3-1. After South Dakota wins the third, Louisville comes back with an emphatic 25-6 in the fourth. We'll come back to wrap things up on the other side of this break here on ESPN+.
As a successful CFO, I have one secret to help you build wealth. You need to be careful who you listen to when it comes to financial decisions. I'm not a CFO. And this is not a penthouse. It's a NerdWallet commercial. I'm not even human.
I'm Jake. When it comes to your finances, listen to the nerds. We've researched and reviewed thousands of financial products to help you make smarter decisions.
Nerds.
I think a lot of positives for that South Dakota squad you see there on the floor to take away from this one, especially that third set where they battled and took a set off the number 4 team in the country, but Louisville almost out to make a point in that fourth set, a 25-6 fourth to close out the match. Our Grown Family McDonald's player of the match is Charity Looper. A lot of choices for both teams actually in this match. Looper led the way for Louisville with 12 kills, hit a .611 hitting percentage. Also had 4 digs, counted for 13.5 points, which was second best for Louisville in the match. Charity Looper, the senior from Dallas, Texas, our Grown Family McDonald's player of the match. A reminder, we'll be back with you in just about an hour's time. Northern Kentucky and Missouri in our second match of this NKU Volleyball Invitational. We'll be back with you at 6 o'clock Eastern, 5 Central on ESPN+. For our director, Morgan King Hoffman, our executive producer and engineer, Bill Farrow, and the rest of our media services crew, I'm Matt Sexton saying so long from historic Regents Hall. The final score is Louisville 3, South Dakota 1. All games airing on the ESPN networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.
Did you know Nationwide is so much more than a great insurance company? They're one of America's largest financial services companies, too. Just like I'm so much more than quarterback Peyton Manning. I'm also Peyton Manning.
It's lovely, Peyton.
Did you say Peyton or Peyton?
Peyton.
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 Great work.
Thank you. For your insurance and financial needs, Peyton, Nationwide is on your side.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. It's your job to stock the city. Restaurants and rooftops, bars and basements. Every corner store. And when it gets tough, you stay driven. Give it all you got, going nonstop for 20 stops. Because at the end of the day, every single round is on you. You are a fighter, and this is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
For a limited time, Subway just dropped the price of every footlong in the app to $6.99. Wait, Subway did what? $6.99? That can't be right. Yep, says right here, $6.99 for any footlong. So that means $6.99 will get me a hot and toasty outlaw, or a Subway Club, or a hot shot Italiano, or a...
Literally, any sub on the menu.
My bad. Don't miss out on this deal. Get any footlong for just $6.99 in the Subway app. Order now, before it's too late.
An agent with the FBI has been abducted.
What trouble will this cause?
The devastating kind.
Black holes.
I want some answers.
You don't have any idea what you're asking.
Maybe that's what a ghost is. The absence of answers in the shape of a person.
FX's The Old Man. Premiere September 12th on FX. Stream on Hulu.
Times may change, but some things remain timeless.
I've been using the Dove Beauty Bar more than 25 years.
Dove is 1 quarter moisturizing cream.
I feel silky smooth.
With new physics, every hit hits different.